Hi guys, it's Richard James, your coach from Lift Up. I'm here today with a live recording of a class that we call Kilo. We offer it at our facility in Evesham, and it's a very popular class. Think total body weight, so you'll need a pair or two of dumbbells. It's done in blocks, so the first block is a pair of leg exercises back to back. The second block is chest, and then it's back and some shoulders. And we're finishing today with a pair of core. Every exercise lasts 30 seconds, but we'll be using a timer. The timer's called Seconds Pro. I can just hit play and you can just follow my timer exactly. So I've already done my warm-up. There's a separate video for that. There's a separate video for that online on our channel. There's a separate video for the cool down at the end as well. But I'll just hit play. It'll give me 30 seconds to go. I'll demonstrate the first two exercises and we'll get straight into two back-to-back leg exercises. 3 rounds each. All right? Okay. So I've got 30 seconds on my timer. First exercise is like a ski, then an RDL. That's the first exercise. Then we'll put the dumbbell down and we'll do a step, squat, alternating sides. All right, so when we're doing our RDL, we're trying to focus on flattening that back, not rolled, putting pressure in the middle of the back. 5 seconds. 4, 2, 1. Ski, RDL. And this combination exercise really gets you to think about having a good hinge, which is very important when you start weight training, to learn to hinge properly. So from the side, you see that's a different movement to that where I squat and then I hinge by softening my knees, sticking my bum out, flattening my back. 2, 1, off we go. Weight is high, step out, squat to the middle, step out to the opposite side. Lovely. Try not to let the weight pull you forward. It's quite high, which does move your centre quite further forward than you'd expect, and you will have a tendency to lean forward. So you must engage that core, keep your torso upright. Time, lovely. So that's our first block, pair of leg exercises. We're going to do that for 2 more rounds. Grab your break between, because you do 30-second exercise 1, 30-second exercise 2, then a rest for 30 seconds. I've got my water ready. It's quite hot here. You're going to be quite strong on this exercise. So if you've got a pair of sets of dumbbells, 1, off we go. Feel free at this point to use a slightly heavier pair than you might do for the rest of the workout if you've got the option. You tend to up the weights on the first set of exercises. Pay attention to that difference between a squat and a hinge. Lovely. Now I've done a lot of squatting, a lot of deadlifting, so the hinge becomes quite natural for me. Not always. A mirror helps. Sometimes just focusing on reducing the range of motion, reducing the speed will help. It's quite a challenging exercise. But with this one, I'm trying to think about my kinesthetic awareness, which is your ability to understand where your body's moving, kind of making sure I'm stepping evenly both sides and keeping my depth. Time. Because we're looking to get some hamstring and glute activation as well. And we're trying to get that in that slightly lower range of motion. Most people are quite dominant when they squat, so that depth is really quite an important thing to focus on. We do a class that we record actually called Floor Work, which you can check out on our YouTube. That will really help you if you struggle with the depth from that. Great for mobility. 5 seconds, third and final round. Feet narrow, chest high. Focus on keeping that technique tidy. So when we hit an RDL, you really in the second exercise here where we just hinge. You should be feeling that on the back of your legs. That's really the purpose of an RDL. Changing, starting tall, chest is high. I'm thinking about stepping evenly both sides, making sure my knees aren't coming inwards, making sure I've got the depth to wake up my glutes. Trying not to let the weight pull you forward either. Lovely. That's your first round taken care of. You've got a 60-second rest with your first block. Then you've got a block of 2 chest exercises which are on the floor. You might not be as strong as your legs. Some people also will prefer to use a mat in this part. If you've got a mat, grab your mat now. So first one we've got, I'll play around with tempo, which is slow on the negatives. Or eccentric, slow down, quick on the concentric, slow down, quick up. And then we've got turn your palms in and we're going for a rhythm, alternating. So slow down, quick up, then turn your palms in, we've got a rhythm alternating. Any pushing exercises, you tend to work your chest, your anterior delts, your frontier delts, and also your triceps as well. It's a great one for that as well. All right, so I put myself in the position. Slow down, quick up. Now you would tend to bend your knees to take the pressure off your hips. But in this position, it's going to help me show you the exercise if I drop my legs. But in most cases, you probably bend your knees and put your feet flat on the floor. Slow down, quick up. Slow down, quick up. 2, 1, turn your palms in. Find the rhythm, and this time my palms are facing each other and I'm trying to let my elbows just drop close to my sides. When we bring a chest press closer, we do bring the focus slightly more to our triceps than a normal press would. And this rhythm is slightly faster than you'd expect normal reps. Really, you're chasing the burn in this one. Rest. Lovely. And I can feel that burn right down the middle and also on the back of my arms. All right. So we're on the floor, our feet are up, our knees are bent. We've got a core engaged. Get a little bit of pressure on our lower back just on the floor. Make sure that core is engaged. And what we then do is we exhale with the reps. So as we're pushing, we exhale. Get a rhythm with it. This is tempo training, the first one. So you should be going 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, up. Lovely. So we're trying to increase the time under tension here. Trying to challenge the chest for a greater period of time. And obviously all these exercises are in pairs with no rest. It's called a superset. Basically increasing the bang for the buck out of the exercise. 2, 1, turn your palms. Bit of rhythm. To be a true superset, we should be trying to not rest between the 2 exercises. And obviously our chest and triceps are already quite fatigued from the first exercise when we hit the second exercise. That's really burning my triceps now. 2, 1. I've got a pretty good weights routine at the moment throughout the week. This is a great routine to add to your weekly routine. It's total body, so you will get a pretty good balanced workout from this. You'll get plenty of anterior chain, plenty of posterior chain, plenty of ups and downs. Really well balanced blocks, pushes, pulls, the works really. Third and final block coming up. Focus points. I'll bring my heels in this time to show you. So heels in, tummy squeezed. Off we go. Push. So I'm trying to keep pressure from my lower back on the floor, which is engaging my core. I'm trying to breathe out as I explode with a contraction. tend to be stronger in that negative or downward or eccentric phase. So it's pretty good stimulus to just slow the reps down. I've changed now to number 2. I'm really feeling that burn in my arms now. More so than my chest actually, probably because still a bit fatigued from earlier in the week. Just got a rhythm, keeping my palms facing each other, focusing on my breathing, keeping my core glued to the floor.
3, 2, 1.
Lovely. Second block taken care of. That was chest with a focus on triceps as we were narrowing our grip. So now we're going to use something to lean against for a single arm row. You can use a wall, you can use a chair. I'm going to use the Sherlock chair behind me. I'm doing a single arm row. You'll probably be stronger than you will be on the chest press. So if you've got heavier weights, now's your chance to pick them up. And what we're doing in this position is if we'll hold on to something, you've got 35 seconds, is we'll flatten that back and we're rowing and just trying to keep the shoulders level, the hips level, squeezing the lats back. You want to avoid dropping with the weight, but I'll demonstrate that in a minute. It's the same exercise each arm, so as a 30-second times, you'll just swap arms. All right, I'm going to use this weight. Okay, we're coming down to 7 seconds. So as I stand with the weight, I'm trying to find a position where my back is fairly parallel to the floor. Off we go. Shoulders are level, and I'm squeezing in. If you see there, my hips are level. My shoulders stay level. They don't come down with the rep. They stay level. That shoulder blade is glued down and back. Think about putting that shoulder blade constantly back and not letting it round with your shoulder. Something that people struggle with if you have fairly sedentary lifestyles, which we all do at the moment. Change sides. Okay, same principle. Flatten back. Square shoulders, square hips. Elbow is quite close to my side, but it's not quite glued. There's a little bit of an angle. Creates that room to just squeeze the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Now I want to be almost parallel. I find the more upright you become, the more you work kind of more up your back. Stay quite flat, that's the key with this exercise. First round done. Okay. As a secondary benefit to doing any pulling, you'll also get a good bit of bicep work as well. Especially with these narrow grips that a single arm row in this fashion is pretty narrow. From the top, going back to my original side, I've got a wide stance. I've got my hand rested, it can be on something on the wall. Level my hips, level my shoulders, squeezing up. As with all weight training and all this sort of it, as I breathe, exhale into the contraction. Shoulder contract, I exhale. Shoulder lat even, squeeze. You see the nest. The previous pair was anterior chain, which is the front of your body, your chest, your pushes. This is your posterior chain, which is your backs, your pulls. 2, 1, here we go. Switch sides from the top, same coaching points. Now, I'm not rushing these reps. I've got a steady tempo. I'm thinking, mind connected to the muscle I'm trying to work, which are your back, your lats, a little bit of rear delt. Lots of bicep. 1. Lovely. Second round taken care of. Feel good. Round 3 taken up. Stay clean with your execution in this third round. You get a nice little rest on your back after this, so keep them clean. 4, 3, 2, set, shoulders, squeeze. There we go. I've got a little arch, a positive arch in my lower back. Imagine if I'm trying to keep something in that little pocket, trying not to let it roll off. Tummy's tucked in nice and tight. elbow just off my side, breathing regulated. Oh, lots to think about there. 2, 1, changing sides. Just that little bit of support will help your core out. You can of course do this freestanding. Beautiful. That's that round taken care of. Back taken care of. Got a shoulder section coming up next. It's quite a tough section. Hello, buddy. Quite a tough section. So we've got an alternate press, 1, 1, 1, and then we've got a lateral to front raise, which is going to be really quite challenging actually. 2 combination exercises, basically like 4 in 1. Basically like 4 exercises in 1, which is going to really feel the burn. All right, got 25 seconds and we're off. You probably won't be as strong on this one as you are on your rows. Naturally, your shoulders are slightly smaller muscle than your lats. Most people I've found tend to be their weakest on the shoulders. I might just come just out of camera shot here. So I'll step back. I'm resting here, I'm going one side, the other side, and then there. So if I start at the bottom with my points, you see I've got my feet in a like a split stance. I've got my tummy tucked in, trying not to rock my hips. As I'm rocking, trying not to rock it, keep my tummy engaged. I'm trying to put my chest fairly high, but not over exaggerated, so I have to get my chest involved for the exercise. Stepping away, I've got lateral raise, 2 arm front raise, very challenging. We've got very much medial delts, very much anterior delts, front. I've got my chest high, shoulder blades remain in my back pocket, glue them down, that'll help your position. Chest is high. It'll also stop the weight pulling you forward. Ooh, that was tough. So if we put our shoulder blades in our back pocket, when we're pushing up with our front raise, it stops us coming forward with it, all right? Which places pressure on your lower back. So it's that little arch, positive, natural lordosis in your lower back. Tough set that. And it's the same thing I was saying in this position when we're doing this. We try not to lean too far back to get our chest involved because our shoulders aren't strong enough, which is a common thing to do. Split stance, hips level, core engaged, chest fairly high, promoting a little arch in your lower back. Not too much. Keep it in your shoulders, it's not a chest exercise. Tough on this. Feeling that weight now. Tempted to work the exercise. 2, 1. I'm working the exercise. I always refer to that. It's where you try to find a cheat in the exercise to make it easier to play to your strengths, and that could be something as simple as, like I'm doing a little bit here, let momentum help you, or bobbing. But gotta try and make the exercise work for you, and that means finding those weaknesses and just pushing through them to make them no longer weaknesses. 2, 1. Because your body adapts and finds the quickest route. That's what it does. It'll always do that. You've got to try and fight against it. The difference between those extra gains is not cheating the range of motion, not cheating the reps, staying true to the exercise. And different people respond to it in different ways. That's why I say make the exercise work for you. Counter your imbalances and your weaknesses. Last one. Oh, this is getting tough on the old shoulders. I've slowed a little bit down because I'm struggling a bit and I'm feeling the position being compromised. I'm lifting my chest, going for a bob rather than a strict press. Whew, that felt tough. Chest is high, shoulder blades are back. Tough. Oh, that was tough. That was a tough round. Hope you enjoyed it at home. We got one round to go. It's a single dumbbell. Single leg sit-ups. You'll use one dumbbell. You'll change each side. You'll be on the floor. You can use a mat if you need to use a mat. But this is a round. We're focusing on holding the weight. It's going to be quite challenging on your shoulders, on your arms, and then sitting up with it in single leg fashion is going to really challenge your core, a bit of your coordination as well. But basically with a straight arms so straight the whole time, you're going to do a sit up. The leg, the same side as you got the dumbbell in, stays straight. The opposite leg to the dumbbell arm is bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. True sit up, we exhale with it. Look how my arm stays straight. I'm thinking, engaging my core, exhaling with the rep. Feeling that pressure on the shoulder, just like you would, let's say, a suitcase deadlift or a standing oblique. You're really challenging one side of your core slightly more than the other as it reacts to counter the weight. Continually counter it as the weight is moving. That's the purpose of keeping it in one side. It's your opposite side that will really try to counter. That was a tough one for me. 2 tough exercises back to back. Feeling good from it though. Okay. 2 rounds of that left. Excuse me. Strict. Try and make the exercise work for you. Be hard on your legs. And if you can, keep them glued. Regulate your breathing. Try and make it work for you, you know. 2, 1. So I'm not racing on my sit-ups. 2 reasons. One is it's quite hard. And the second is I'm trying to have a controlled contraction and a real full range of motion with I pop my chest up at the top. Keeping the weights nice and high. 3, 2, 1. It's quite hard not to encourage myself to use momentum with this exercise. It's becoming challenging for me, as it sure it is for you at home. My core is burning, cramping almost. 2, 1. Whew. Felt that in my core. We did record a tummy workout yesterday for the YouTube channel too, which is free for you if you haven't checked it out. I'm feeling the carry on of that today in my tummy. 1 round left though. See if I can see it through. Not too many pauses. 3, 2, 1. I'm up. Struggling with that now. 3, 2, 1.
Exercise 2.
You see, we all have our weaknesses. We've been really sacrificing some workouts. I'm sliding as I'm struggling with this exercise. We'll have to reintroduce this at a later date in another Kilo live workout. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, felt that. Felt good. Felt hard. Okay, so if you know the Kilo format, we've got one run through of everything. So you do a round of each pair again, 30 seconds rest between each pair to give you time to set up. But that's it. 5 minutes worth of exercise to go, and then you are done. If you've got the extra weight, be brave. You can always up the weight at these points. 5 minutes of exercise, workout done. 32-minute, almost total body workout. Fantastic. 5 minutes on the clock, and we're there. So for 20 seconds, or 15 now, I'm setting myself up to my first 2 again, which are ski RDL to the step squat. 2, 1, ski, RDL. You see that? I made just a little adjustment to my feet because they were too narrow to make the RDL work. Remember, the point on these is tummy's always engaged. There's a difference between a squat and a Romanian deadlift hinge. Probably one of the most key exercises for good glutes and hamstrings. I'm here, stepping and squatting. Thinking about not letting the weight pull me forward, keeping my torso upright. Fairly deep squats, waking up my glutes and my hamstrings. Fairly rhythmical movement. Trying to be aware of even foot positioning. Done. Alright, move on. We're on the floor again now. 4. Chest press. Slow down, quick up. Then palms facing each other. Renegade presses, alright? Almost there now. Okay. We've got 7 seconds. Remember, you will bend your feet up. I'm going to leave them straight so you can see. Slow down. About 4 seconds. Quick up. Slow down. Quick up. Slow down. Quick up. Trying to spend more time in that downward part of the exercise, the negative or eccentric side. Palms facing each other, alternating, a bit of rhythm. Keep the palms facing each other, keep your grip quite narrow. Try and make that middle of your chest burn and the back of your arms. It tends to get me in the back of the arms more than the chest. I think I'm a bit stronger on my chest. One. Okay, we've got single arm row, so find something to hold and lean against. You'll need a single dumbbell only. Remembering those key points, square off the hips, square off the shoulders, try to be parallel to the floor, elbow just off your side, little squeeze. Little pocket in your lower back, that pocket is your friend, that's where your results are going to sit. 2, 1, there we go. Thinking tummy in tight, shoulder blades stay in square throughout the whole contraction. Back almost parallel to the floor. 2, 1.
Exercise.
Shoulder blades, square them off, tummy engaged. Thinking about squeezing shoulder blade back at the top. Good, steady. Probably a little bit too quick actually.
Three, two, one.
Lovely. Tough one coming up. So we've got the shoulder press ones. Now you can obviously try to stay with me at home in the rhythm. Of course you can pause if you're changing the weights, playing around with how much you're lifting. I've just selected the same pair of dumbbells and I'm trying to do it the whole way through. So we've got the press variation and the lateral raise, front raise variation.
One. Exercise.
Combination, hybrid type. Remember those points. Little split stance. Hips stay level. Chest is high, but not so much as I'm leaning back. Rhythm to the exercise. Exhale as you contract.
3,
2, 1. Standing tall. Shoulder blades in your back pocket. Keeping that chest high so it doesn't, the weight as you come forward doesn't force you forward. Putting pressure on your lower back. It's the hardest pair, this one. Saying that, the last one's quite tough as well. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We know what's after. Last pair. Tough one for me in the last round. This single arm sit-ups. Try not to roll all over the place like I was doing. That's just a sign of fatigue as we're trying to shuffle to the exercise rather than make the exercise work for me. Straight arms, straight legs, same side.
3, 2, 1.
Sit. Three. Cheat a couple of seconds at the end there as I'm struggling. 3, 4.
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Workout complete.
That was one. Forced couple of reps at the end. Woo! That was kilo. Dumbbells, total body, shape and tone. Fantastic. If you're short on time, have a couple of pairs of dumbbells. Part of a series that we're providing free for people at home. We've got other workouts as well. Wall waist, which is tummy cardio. Booty up, which is legs, bums and tum. Floor work, which is fantastic. Stretch, 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 because movement is life. And then the main show, which is the Escalate series. Get yourself on that if you're trying to ramp up your fitness levels, strip some body fat, or just trying to stay active whilst you're in lockdown. Cool. Well done, guys. Great workout. I will see you at the next workout. Thank you.